The Hawaiian Comedian presents. I've been doing comedy for over 23 years. And I've been on the road. I've been in different cities. I've been different things like that.
We're here to talk about everything, man. The topics you talk about with your friends, your family, questions you got for us. Twitty in the city.
Aloha.
You probably know the drill by now. If not, what's up? My name's Twitty. This is Twitty in the city. This guy over here, this is THC, technically, the Hawaiian Comedian. Let's do business protocol. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. I only say it's business because I feel bad saying it, but we appreciate the like, we appreciate the subscribe, and we appreciate the comments. Are you still talking, THC, to that one guy from our, was it the this or that food one that you were? No, it was
Tools.
The Tools one. Are you still talking with that guy, or did the conversation?
Every now and then again, he pops in on the other videos. Every now and then he just comes in there and boom, and just pops up.
Is he popping in to comment on that video, or is he popping in to bring up the topic?
And that's what I like, is that he's not going back to the first one. He's actually sticking with the one that he's commenting on. But
because I would have respected that. It's like he had a second thought, but was like, instead of putting it on that old one, I'll just let him know I did watch the new episode, but I had a thought about this.
And that's what I thought he was going to do too. I thought he was going to be on the other one. Oh, I like this one, but remember the last one.
No, he's staying forward with it.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, cool. So yeah, like, subscribe. You got questions. We're going to get to the people's questions again, because I made a promise last episode we're going to go back to back. So other than that, how you been, THC?
Well, I mean, I feel like I'm a little underdressed. You came in here looking all spiffy.
It's not spiff. Okay, it is spiffy.
It's nice. You look very nice. I'm over here sitting with a highlighter cap on my head.
But that's the thing. I was going to text you, but then I thought that's not what this show is about.
Okay.
So here's
spontaneous.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here's what happened. I was in my closet. I was looking for something, and I realized I have a bunch of nice clothes, and I don't wear them. And so because I'm in this business of entertainment, and I was like, I got to go to work today, I wanted everybody, which they did, look at me and think meeting, job interview. And it was very nice to just tell them, I got to wear clothes to work.
Yeah, but it's also got to be kind of cold. It's still cold.
So see, here's the trick.
It's still cold right now.
It is, but here's the trick. So this is why you get a blazer, but underneath this shirt and these pants, it's my favorite place. Costco, almost said leggings, but Costco long johns. You go a size smaller, so they fit like tights.
Yeah, but don't they ride up?
So you put leggings, and then you can see I got socks, but the sock is over the legging, so it keeps it there. And then the same thing with the shirt. The shirt has tried to pop out a little bit on the sleeve, but that'll get fixed when I put it through the wash and I actually dry it, so it'll get a little tighter. So the sleeves of the long john will be higher.
Yeah, but you're still minimizing the layers. And layers is how you survive up here.
Yeah, but again, if I was having to do this show outside, yes, I would not wear this.
Nah, see,
I just got to get from the car to a building.
What's going to happen is when I come in dressed like that, if it's still this cold, it's going to be underneath all my Carhartt gear. I'm going to come in looking like a farmer.
So you're going to pull that James Bond, walk up in here like you the janitor.
Yeah, like I'm about to go
do
clean
a little
something,
something, and then, just
Bow.
take pants,
tuxedo.
Sean, keep in mind when that day comes, I don't know how far these cameras can zoom out. We'll have to get a full, you can't be sitting down doing that. You got to be standing up to take off the ensemble.
Oh, everything's got to come off. Yeah, exactly. But I'm just saying, it's just too cold right now. I have some nice clothes too to put on. But
I've seen you dressed up before.
I'm just like, it's too cold right now to come out like that.
It is cold. I will not be doing this a lot, but I said I need to start bringing in my nice attire.
Yeah,
so,
he said he don't do this a lot. Watch, tomorrow he gonna be all another 3-piece suit.
I mean,
next one gonna have a vest, gonna have a little bow tie with it. It's gonna be
I ain't
nice.
gonna do the bow tie. I don't like being restricted at the neck. You can't. Let me see. There you go. You can tell. Yeah.
No tie, nothing.
Not when I'm just dressing for just the dress. I'm not that I don't wear my nice clothes, but I don't miss the tie that much.
I'm just saying, now game is on now.
I mean, I'll bring a tie. It's just, if you're gonna ask me to wear, this is what I would wear every day if I didn't have to do a tie. If I got to do a tie, yes, I can do it. I know how to tie a tie, but I just don't. I want to still be talkative to people. It's like, he dressed nice, but he'll go get a beer.
Yes,
I don't know what it is about a tie where it'd be I don't know if he'll go get a beer. You don't button up the top. It's like, he'll get a beer.
Or a polo.
Yeah.
Nice polo shirt.
Exactly.
That's a let's go get a beer shirt.
No, is
the polo is the shirt.
What if I didn't have the jacket, but I just had this shirt and I got rid of one more button?
I was thinking you should be holding a menu in the other hand and be asking me where I would like to seat, if I want a booth or a table.
Oh, that's fair. All right. That conversation went longer than I anticipated, which is part of this show.
That's what we do, though.
This is what we do. So back to the people. I got a list that I had to pull up because Stephanie, which, by the way, when you're commenting, please, it's one thing I ask. Tell us where you're listening from. Freaking Stephanie didn't put it in there. I got to start making it like a required, like those when you're filling out something online and you can't advance. And because it's a required field. Yeah. I don't want to do that, but I kind of want to. I just want to, you ain't got to put, I don't need your address. I just want to know, we can even be nice. What state? I don't need to know the city. Just what state, Stephanie? But either way, Stephanie commented, hello, Twitty. Hello, THC. Didn't watch the first couple of episodes, just jumping in the middle, but I just had to know, Twitty gives me younger sibling vibes on the show with just his demeanor and how he acts. Is this true or false? And also, THC, what was your childhood sibling or only child relationship growing up? Thanks, guys. Hope you answer it. Stephanie.
That was a very broad question. Like, she kind of took it all and just said, what was your upbringing like?
I think it was more so not about.
Well, she was like only child too. Did you hear that last part of it?
Yeah. I think it's not about, I think she just wants to know if we have siblings or not. And surprisingly, Stephanie, you're wrong. I am an only child. Which is what got to me of, do I have single child tendencies or vibe? If I was going to ask you, to be honest, you know me now, you know that I don't have siblings. But when you first met me and I got a list of only child versus sibling tendencies that kids have growing up, if I portrayed any of these.
Yep.
So to answer the question, Stephanie, I'm an only child. But I think where I get most of my sibling-ish is I was the second oldest of like 15 cousins. Like, we were all in the same age range. So we were at my grandma's house, which, by the way, first 2 episodes will explain all that. But in the short version, Stephanie, I grew up with a lot of cousins. I just was home to go to bed and wake up by myself. But for the majority of the day, I was with my cousins. And so I had to learn how to share and be nice because grandma wasn't going to have nobody acting up in her house. So that's the answer to that question. And she didn't say if she thought you were a single child or not, but THC is not an only child. Were you the only boy?
In my family, yes.
Yeah.
In my immediate family, yes.
So you were similar. So you had siblings, but your siblings went beyond your immediate family because you also had cousins.
Oh.
And friends that basically were considered cousins.
As a Hawaiian, I haven't even met my whole family yet. I'm 50 years old, and I haven't met every single person every time I go back home, I meet a new cousin, a new auntie, and a new uncle. Every single time. Like, my family is continually growing. But yeah, I'm a middle child. So I have an older sister and I have a younger sister.
Gotcha. So you had 3. So there was 3 of you total. Mm-hmm. And you were the middle. Mm-hmm. I would have guessed that you would have been the youngest. Even though I know your story, but when I had first met you, I would have thought you were the younger sibling. The way you talked about your sisters.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Wait, what?
Did I say that right? No, sorry. I thought you would have been the oldest. My bad. Backwards.
The oldest?
Yes. The way you talked about your sisters and like looking after them and they were always like on your case. No, I said that wrong. yes, I thought you were the younger
The youngest?
one.
Like they were looking out for me?
Yes, because you always talked about how your sister this, so you had to go ask your sister that. And maybe you were just talking about the one sister who's older. See, when I heard you say sister, I was referencing both. So I thought,
But I was also like, I was protective of both of them.
Right, which is fair.
I argued with no, you know what? I probably argued with both of them equally. But it was like that. Like, that's middle child.
Yeah.
But youngest to my oldest one, I always acted. I think that's why, like, sometimes, like, I gotta be the youngest on one side, and then I gotta be the oldest on the other side.
So that's middle child.
Middle child.
Yeah, got the best of both worlds. So
it was the best.
Yeah, I mean, you made it. You're good.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'd say it worked out for you. You was where you supposed to be born.
But I could tell
that I was an only child.
Oh yeah.
What's the one thing that gave it away for you?
Food.
Yeah, so that's territorial, which is one of the things that it says.
Yeah, you're territorial with food.
Of all the things, though,
you are. See, well, that's what I'm saying. Like when you talk about how you had to be like with the cousins, and you were what, second oldest of all the cousins.
Yeah.
So you second oldest, you got to look out for them, and that's great. But you only got to look out for them outside of your home.
Yeah, that's true.
When you go home, there's nobody else you competing with for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. There's
true.
nobody else you competing with for cereal. There's nobody else you competing with for milk. There's nobody else in there. Like, I'm, as a middle child, like, I not only got to eat because my oldest is looking out for me, but I also have to feed because my youngest is my youngest daughter, my youngest sister. I got to make sure that she gets. So I got to balance both. So I couldn't go and just grab something to eat and just eat without going, okay, who else need to eat?
You had to consider, like, well, yesterday my older sister, she gave me hers, so I should save something. Also, if I get some, my younger sister's going to want some. So I need to get 2 bowls instead of 1. But really, I need to get just 1 big bowl because Mom don't want us to have a bunch of dishes. I get it. I can see it. I see it. Yeah. I can't be mad at that. Yeah. Food, I feel like even if I probably had siblings.
Right, the first time I knew you was only was when you gave me a sample. When you gave me a sample of a dish, that's when I inside my head I went, he's the only child.
Instead of just giving you like half?
Well, instead of giving me like a portion of something, you took a fork and you put it on the end of the fork and you handed me the fork and you say, here you go. So I'm supposed to get the taste of it, sure.
Yeah, but then
other than that, but other than that, I get to watch you enjoy it.
Now, no, I didn't eat it in front of your face.
You went around the corner, but if I would have walked around the corner, I'd have been in front of your face.
Yes, but I didn't just deliberately.
But see, that's the difference. Like, I've noticed that people who have older or younger siblings and things like and older siblings, when they do it, if they're in the house, we always go, does everybody have the same? Is everybody equal? Is everybody in here? Like, if I come in and I got 10 cookies and you say, Sean, can I have a cookie? When I hear that, I hear, yeah, dude, take half my bag. That's what I hear. Like, if you walked up and you said, hey, let me get like 3 of those 6 cookies. 1, 2, 3. That seems fair to me.
Yeah.
I don't think that would seem fair to you. Like, if you was to just have to give over half.
Naturally, yes, because it also, for me, being an only child, which is probably going to share that.
Yeah.
It depends on who it is. Like, for you, it didn't matter. For me being at work, it was like, well, I don't know if he's going to like this. And the last thing I want to do is give somebody that I don't know fully yet half of this food and they don't like it. And they don't like it.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, if I, like, now that I know you, it's like, yeah, I give you half of everything. When my wife makes muffins, I bring 6, you automatically get 3.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But see, like, somebody that is not an only child.
You, no matter whether you knew the person or not, if you're sharing, you're automatically going 50.
Because I'm always going to think, did I give enough?
Right.
Because that's just how it was for me growing up.
Yeah. And see, for me, it's to put out the filler of, I don't mind sharing, but it's like, I'm not going to force you to feel like you got to eat this and you don't like it. Like, and also, tell me if you don't like it, because then I won't give you more. My
cousin Christine on the Peabody side of the family, not the Hawaiian side of the family, but my Peabody side, she's an only child as well. And sometimes she didn't get it when me and my sisters were sitting there going, yeah, we don't get seconds. Like, we don't have enough for seconds. And she never got that.
Did I get?
Because, like, seconds, the only reason why she wouldn't get seconds is because she already finished it.
True.
See, if for us, we was like, we only got seconds. It was like, wait a minute, why you get seconds and the rest of us didn't get seconds?
Yeah. If not all, then none.
That's one trait. You know, the food. I see the food. I see that trait.
Food is deceivingly. I would have never thought of that. It is telling. It can be telling.
100%.
Yeah. I think I don't need to vouch for myself. I know I'm a good person at heart. I know for me, it's I don't want to force.
It's nothing about. It's not. It's not about a good person, bad person thing. It's about a reflex mode that you get into because that's just how it's been for you every single day.
Yeah.
So, and I totally get it. It's not a I'm bad, I'm good thing. It's just that's the way it happens. It's no fault of your own.
No.
It's just this is the situation you were in.
I've met some single people.
Some little only child.
Like I look at them and be like, how were you grew up way different than me. Like I said, I was fortunate that, I had to share. Like it was no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah.
Like I had to share. And if you had a guest over, you don't get to eat first.
And that's what I'm saying. My cousin who is an only child, like she's one of my sweetest cousins. Like all my cousins might get mad at me, but my cousin Christina, she's one of my favorite cousins.
Yeah.
My whole life growing up, she's one of my favorite cousins.
Every cousin can't believe they are all the favorite.
Nah, there's a couple of them that want to believe that.
Yeah, that's different. You can believe what you think.
Yep.
Than to be factual.
Which is crazy because her dad, my Uncle Ray, is my favorite uncle. Like that's my favoriteest uncle out of all my uncles. All my uncles got mad right now.
She got something from your uncle that transcends into her that she was like, I at least got. I might be a single child, but I got a good trait.
Oh yeah, and she was always good. She wasn't one of them spoiled only child.
Yeah, there's a lot of us out there that are good.
Yeah,
and I will say there are some.
I've been fortunate that the ones that have been good are in my family.
Yeah,
and the ones that aren't, I'm like, whoa, I ain't related to them.
Yeah, the only childs out there, they can be bad, and I can speak on that because I was an only child. So the list that I found, I'm gonna do only child first, and then I found some for, what's that word called? Siblings. That word was almost hard for a second. So the distinguishing of an only child. Loneliness. Only children may feel lonely because they don't have a sibling to play with, which causes them to not want to branch out and talk to other people.
Ooh.
I think sports, that checked that out of me. Like I had to communicate. And again, having cousins, I couldn't just sit in the corner with my one toy and play by myself.
Well, see, on a positive note is that some of them, because like my cousin Christine, she was very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
She was very quiet, but that also made her an excellent listener.
Yes.
Excellent listener.
I also feel
100%.
100%. I also feel like playing by yourself taught you to learn to entertain yourself. Where like you didn't need to be around people. Where I remember one time in college, I had a roommate who grew up with siblings and was just going nuts because it snowed, football was over, and we were in the dorms by ourselves. And he was just going crazy, like, man, I got to do something. And me, I'm like, I'm just going to relax, do some stuff I've been wanting to do, like a crossword puzzle or finish this freaking book report or play Madden. And so I think as an only child, the loneliness, yes, that could be scary, but you learn how to self-entertain yourself or be fine with you. Perfect example, when my wife goes out of town, people are always like, oh, did you go crazy? It's like, no. And they're like, oh, did you just do everything you wanted to do? No, I was fine.
Did you do everything you wanted to do?
It's like, what?
I do everything I want to do. Is that what you said?
Yeah. It's like, I was fine. Like, did I miss her? Yeah, but I woke up, I had breakfast, I did chores, and then, I just hung around the house, and then I was like, I want to go get a beer from Mother Earth. I went and got a beer by myself. I didn't have to call somebody up because I need somebody to go get a beer with me. I went and got a beer by myself. Doesn't mean I'm sad or depressed or lonely.
I just thirsty.
I was thirsty for a beer.
Right.
And so I think that's how I think of that too, is like I can be fine by myself. I don't want to always be by myself, but if I have to be, I can.
I think it's a longing sometimes for people like me. Because we have siblings, is that we long to be alone. You know what I'm saying? We love to be like. If there's sometimes we're just like, damn, there's just too many people here.
Right.
Like, I want to be alone. When I see my cousin off by herself, I'm like, damn, that must be nice. That must be nice. Like you got nobody in your head, nobody asking you questions. You just alone,
right,
in your own world. I like that.
Bro said that must be nice.
Must be nice.
Get to have the back seat by yourself on the car ride home.
Yeah,
that was Got the whole seat.
Yeah, you can decide whether you want to sit behind the passenger or sit behind the driver. Like you could just sometimes like when you got siblings, you just told where to sit.
Yeah, that might
you
be
got
yours.
options.
Yeah,
you got in the car. You was like, do I want to open this door or that door?
That's funny. All right, number 2, Perfectionism. Only children may have high expectation for themselves, thus adding more stress, or the idea of if it's not 100% correct, it's a failure.
Was this an only child that wrote this?
I don't know. And it's crazy though, because I agree with some of these, because I know for me, that is one thing as an only child, perfection was a thing for me. It was.
No, for you. But then I could point out some ones that had siblings that perfectionism, it works for them.
Right.
Like myself. Like I may have siblings, but my OCD is ridiculous.
Right.
So my perfectionism in what I do, it has to be that way. But I don't think that stems strictly from.
No. And I will say this is solely. This was the majority of the times. This is what.
Because I've seen some only childs that
are cool with whatever.
Well, it's this person's been taking care of me forever and making all my decisions for me that I didn't have to, that they didn't have to be perfectionists at all.
No, this was a list of more times than not it would be a only child.
Okay.
But yeah, it doesn't mean you can't be a family of 3 and you had OCD, so yeah, your sister coming in and changing your little dinosaur a little way was going to drive you crazy. Like, yeah, you're a perfectionist.
She don't mess with Rex.
Yeah, you don't mess with Tyrannosaurus Rex. This was one that I've seen a lot. Difficulty sharing. Only children may have troubles compromising in social situations, like you were saying with food and sharing. And it said this can be objects, foods, personal things, rental things. If they owned or took care of it, it belongs to them and they get majority of time or rights to it.
Yes. Yes.
No, just no explanation.
It's just yes. Yeah. It's just yes. I agree with that. Like, especially like how we were talking about with food, like very territorial.
Yeah.
You don't have to share. And I feel like if you're made to share, you don't understand why. Or you feel like I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that you're not a sharing person.
Oh no, I can tell you.
But if you have to share, I think you actually analyze what's going to be divvied up first, and then you're kind of like, it feels like you have this way to say that, no, I'm checking out of this.
Yeah.
But the rest of us got to stay in it. But for some reason.
Yeah, we can exit as an only child. And that's where the perfectionist part comes in. Because I can tell you, I had to learn.
See, and that's the thing is that but you have the choice to exit.
Yes.
See,
I have the choice to exit.
We don't have a choice to exit.
Yeah, I'll never forget. I had 4 buddies that I love still growing up. 4 buddies coming over. They all had siblings. I didn't. And I remember my mom saying, when they come over, the room better be how you found it. So obviously spick and span. So I'm looking at every toy and analyzing. If I share that toy, that's a lot of mess to clean up, and I might get left with that. So we're not going to have that toy as an option. If I share that toy, that's a single action toy. You can't tear it apart. It's easy to clean up. Like, I was territorial on sharing.
You was doing this before they came over?
Yes. Because again,
you was eliminating their options before they got to the house.
Because guess what happened that day? They left. I was left to clean up by myself. As an only child, there's only one of you to clean up.
Yeah.
And I'm owning it. I should have just been like, yo, guys, have fun. Let's have at it. And then, hey, before you leave, hey, you helping me clean up.
See, that must have been,
that's the one thing about being an only child was when they left, and this was back, and when this is an episode we talked about this, I was not vocal. I love to have people over and share, but I was not the person as the friend to be like, you got to help me clean up. It was like, okay, bye.
See, totally different.
Or it would have been like, hey, can you help me clean up?
See?
Oh, Twitty, I got to go. Okay, bye.
Right. If you would have had siblings, 100% different. Because that's how we do with our siblings.
Right.
Once everybody leaves, my mom would look at the oldest. The oldest will look at the second oldest, and the second oldest will look at the third oldest, and they'll go straight through. It's kind of like the military. Here's your general, here's your commanding officer, here's your commanding platoon sergeant, and then here's everybody else.
And you know what I did? I looked in the mirror. I was sergeant, left hand.
Yeah, I know. But see, like, you were setting this up before people even came in here.
Right. I'm not saying it was right, but I totally, with sharing, I understand it. I don't do it now. Because it's just
you don't share now?
I don't think that much about sharing. Like when I have people over and like they want like alcohol. I'm not sitting there going like, well, I just bought that bottle today, so I might not have that out there as a
Not
display.
at all. Hold on. I think there's a little bit in you.
No,
like a little bit. Like there's I don't know. What if it's an expensive bottle?
Well, see, expensive bottle isn't out for the public.
Oh, okay.
Don't tell. No,
okay.
don't.
Hold on.
Everybody does that.
I should know. Not everybody. And I'm gonna tell you why. You walk into my house, anything that I use, anything that I drink, anything that I eat, anything that I use in my house, 100% access for you. I'm being 100%.
Yo,
I'm being 100%.
There is not like one thing that is not even the fact that like you can't touch it, but it's just not out displayed.
Because there was something that you had that I never had. There was something that you had that I never had growing up. And the word is ownership. As a kid growing up with siblings, I didn't own anything. Everything I had to share with my sisters. Everything.
But there isn't one thing as you grew up where you were like, I'm cool to share it, but I just don't want it out in the open.
No. Because I don't know what you might want or you might need or something. Like, I don't know. And if it's anything that I have that's going to help you or make you feel like you feel more comfortable in my house, that's just the way I was raised. So if you came to my house right now and you looked up in the top cupboard where I got I got some homemade whiskey up in the top. Nice bottle. Do I leave it out? No. But if you came to my house and you was like, hey, do you have anything like this? I'd be like, yes. And I would go. But it's up there. It's not like out on the counter. But it's there where you can see it to where you can go, hey, what's that? And I'll go like this. It's this. And if you go, hey, let's crack that open. Let's crack it open.
Okay. I agree. I'm not mad. I think we're kind of on the same boat as I think we are, bro.
No.
Because see, you don't have it out.
I do. Mine's out. Everything's out. Nothing's hidden. You even been in my garage. All the tools I got, all out, sitting right there.
They're all out.
If somebody walks up and goes, hey, let me use this. If I know the person, I'm like, yep, here you go. Take it.
Yeah.
That could be my best Sawzall. That could be my best sander. That could be my best thing. I'm not the kind of dude that's going to be like, give him the other screw gun because I don't want him to take the good screw gun. No, I want him to take the good screw gun.
Yeah, I'm the same. When it comes to tools, I'm like that with whiskey.
But what I'm saying is if I come to your house, I don't have the option. You done took the option away from me before I walked in the door.
You would have the option if, here's the thing.
I feel like if I come to your house, I got to start opening drawers.
No, you don't have to.
Opening cabinets.
Here's the thing. I would tell you where it's at. Here's the thing. It's just not for display of like, if it's a Tuesday and you just stopping by and you're like, I just need something to drink. It's not in my regular everyday.
Why
but
not?
If you came.
Why not? But that's the question. Why not? Why? Why it can't be just a regular Tuesday? Why not?
Because
what?
It's a type of alcohol that is strong, bro.
And what? It's not going to be good on Tuesday? We got to wait till Thursday?
No.
Okay.
But if you're in that situation, here's what I'm trying to get at. I would do like you, where if you showed up, I would tell you where everything is at. Like if you came, like perfect example, I have a buddy named Rob.
You would tell me.
I have a buddy named Rob. When he first came over to my house, and I will get him to message me and say this. When he came to my house, and I hadn't known him fully yet, he came over, he saw the mini bar, and I knew he liked whiskey. I said, I was like, get whatever you want. I was like, whiskey's on that bar shelf. And I said, if you want anything higher or extra, it's above the refrigerator.
Okay.
In a cabinet you can't see. And he said, okay, I'll start here. The night goes on. And he's like, hey, what's in the top shelf? And I said, just open it and see. Like I'm not trying to avoid it. It's just not out for display because it's.
Okay, now what was this gentleman's name?
Rob. Yep.
So how long have you known Rob?
I've known him now for 5 years.
5 years.
When that happened, I had known him just under a year.
So Rob shows up. He's like, what's up, Twitty? You're like, what's up, man? Guys go inside, sit there. Rob has Chris. You don't know Chris. Never met Chris.
Yeah.
How quick are you to let Chris know what's in that top shelf cabinet?
Same. Because
You sure? So because he came with somebody that, well, if a random stranger's not going to knock on your door and just come into your house.
But I will say, though, that is a difference between you and I will say. Because you would, if somebody broke down in front of your house and was like, this just isn't my day, dog. Like, car broke down, wife broke up with me.
Yep.
They probably going to fire me.
I help you put your car together and feed you dinner.
And, like, give you whiskey.
If that's what he wanted.
Right. And for me, I'm not gonna lie. If he's like, can I have some whiskey? I won't go to the top shelf. I'll just go to the regular bar and say, this is also still good.
So I think that's what I'm trying to understand is where is this balance? Where is this line that you draw? I'm just saying, where is this line that you draw that you say yes,
right,
and no?
And I guess at 32, oh God,
and if you and
going on 33, I can't answer that.
And if you have that line, then I'm asking, where did that line come from? Is it because you was an only child?
Oh, 100%.
So that's where that brought it into.
100%. It has to be.
Yeah.
Because everything else, like you said, and it's with certain things. Like a tool, that's what I paid for it for. Like the way I look at it, that's guy math. If I spent $150 on that tool, I used it once, but if you're my neighbor and you need it 3 weeks in a row, I will give it to you. Because you're helping me with the money that I spent on that tool.
With people that you know.
No. If a
stranger ain't gonna walk up to your door, ask you for a Sawzall, and be like, I'll bring this back.
But if my neighbor did, first of all, if my neighbor did, I'm in trouble because every one of my neighbors got more tools than I do.
Yeah.
But if it was the first time I moved in and I said hi and they were like, welcome neighbor, and they came over and was like, hey, my
that's fair. Okay, that's fair.
They were like, yeah, my my sprinkler head tongs broke on me. Do you got a pair? Yeah, here you go. And a simple, when you get done, I'll get it from you later. Just leave it on the porch.
Okay.
I would do that. Yeah. I guess I don't know. You got me questioning it. But yeah, whiskey, maybe it's just with whiskey. Like whiskey in my underwear. I don't care who, like you got to be really desperate. I don't know if I can share my underwear.
No, I can't share my underwear.
You got to, you would have to come to me and really be in need.
Wouldn't happen.
I know it wouldn't, but that's what I'm saying.
But I mean, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
You gotta be in some deep.
Yeah, deep.
I'd be like, bro, what happened where you didn't have no draws?
What else is on that?
Man, we got on difficulty sharing. Self-centeredness. Only children may be seen as spoiled or self-absorbed because they get undivided attention from parents or relatives and have to be the center of attention, seeking all glory / attention.
Yeah, I think that's just basic, though. You know what I mean? Like that's of course. You know what I'm saying? Like I always want to say, of course, because like when a parent, if most parents, if they only have one child, it's usually because they could only have one child. Usually, I'm not saying that doesn't happen. Sometimes there are difficulties and things that happen in relationships where they can't have any more children.
Yeah,
they have one child, and so that child, of course, is going to get the undivided attention.
And see, as an only child, I can't.
Yes,
I can't let you. No.
See, that's not a question for you to answer, though. That's a question for your mom to answer.
And rest her soul, she would tell you she did not. I was not the center of attention.
You were the center of her attention.
Because she's a parent.
But no. But see, that's what I'm saying though. You were the center of her attention. That was her attention. See, people who have siblings, we don't become centers at all with none of our parents.
You're a shareable center for your parent.
Nah.
And equal. Perfect example. There would be no difference if 3 of you, single of me. Both our parents, which I would bet on it, raised us just about the same way.
Correct.
If you was in some shit, without hesitation, your parent would come get you. Beat your ass afterwards, but would probably come get you.
Well, of course. Well, that's just how parents.
That's not in a course though. That's
no. Because what I'm saying is that it's like for my situation. My mom, she was the youngest in her family.
Yeah.
My dad was the oldest in his family.
Okay.
They favored those two.
See, favoring, but still being the center.
Favoring means that the ones who are favored are the ones who are closer to the center of attention of that parent.
Yeah, but I don't think that means you're still a part of the center.
No, you are part
of the sibling.
You are a part of the network. yes, you are a part of the network, but there are still some when you go in towards favoritism, there are still some ones like okay, my youngest, when like we would all get disciplined the same. But the youngest would be spared most of it, some of it, not all of it, but some of it, because my mom was the youngest, so my mom was protective of the youngest.
Yeah.
But if it was time for me to get whooped on, she was like, go get it. He's strong enough. But don't touch my baby girl.
But see, I think that's two different conversations.
I'm not in her center of attention at that moment.
No.
And But
I think center. See, I define center of attention and favoritism two different things.
Well, that's what defines it. You can't be center of attention without favorism. You can't be.
I think when it comes to
100%, you can't be, unless you're an only child because you have nothing else to compare to. So you don't have nobody else to compete for mama's love.
I mean, mom's love I was the center
Mama's
of attention,
love was deeper for you than anybody else on the planet.
Yeah, and I also was the center of attention for that ass whooping.
Yeah.
With no favoritism.
No. But sometimes...
So in a sense...
No, but you ain't getting whooped for somebody else's mishap.
Yes, I was.
I mean, like, as far as... like,
if a friend came over and like...
Not even like a friend. Like, if something my sister did.
Right. But
I get whooped on for that.
That's no different if I had a friend over and they misbehaved.
Because you can choose whether or not to have the friend over. You can choose whether or not you're going to go someplace else where you have to be responsible.
But just like your sibling, I can't fully control what comes out of that person's mouth.
I don't leave that area is what I'm saying to you. Is that you have the option to leave that area to not have that responsibility. You can go home and be like, I'm not dealing with my cousins over at their house because they're going to do some dumb shit, and I don't want to be around when they do some dumb shit.
I wasn't always in control of that. I still had to go
What
to
I'm
every
saying is that was never a choice for me, ever.
Right, never
Whether I was in my own house, minding my own business, not being a part of anything, in my own house, not being a part of nothing.
Yeah.
I couldn't go anywhere where I wasn't held responsible for somebody else.
And I was the same way, and I agree with you. Yes, cousins left the house, but
at that point, it was. It was gone.
But in that situation, though, again, which is why I think I'm the awkward only child, is because my cousins was over almost every other freaking week. Okay. And I can't tell my mom to tell my aunt that not let John come over. And I know John is going to tear up the room.
You've never said that just out the blue.
No, because you know what my mom would tell me? Well, you need to have a talk with your cousin. He family. You need to talk to him. And if he messes up, this is your house. And you are going to reap the benefit, the decision of it. Yeah, the punishment.
Okay.
So that's where I'm getting at is I think I was an anomaly. Like, it wasn't like I had a cousin. I just had to see them 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christmas. It could be the 2nd of February. Oh, yeah, such and so's coming over. Your Uncle Rainey's coming over with all his family.
But that's
and it's like,
saying.
And they there all day. And I know my cousin Shantina is a hoarder, terrible cleanup person. And so, yeah, when she leaves, why is this room like this? Well, Shantina did. Well, did you tell her to clean it? Well, I tried. Well, you didn't try hard enough. Or why is it that this got broken? Well, Shantina went up there and she went up there. Well, did you tell her no? Yeah. Well, you didn't try hard enough. So now I got her whooping. But guess what? 4 weeks later or 2 weeks later, Shantina's back over.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, though, is that the key words in your sentences is leave and come back. I don't have any of those options.
You don't. And I agree.
It's every single day, every single minute, every single hour, every single time.
Right. What I'm getting at, though, is just because that person left, it didn't mean like that trouble for me as an only kid. Like I still got that punishment. No. Granted, I didn't get it every day.
Well, I didn't have when they got older, they started getting more respectable, right?
Shantina, she always
get worse, or did it get much less growing older?
It got a little worse just because I was starting to become vocal, and then mom wasn't going to have us yelling at each other, so I still kind of got in trouble. But I was getting in trouble because I was trying to put my foot down because I was tired of getting these ass whoopings.
That's just a part of life.
Exactly. Which I'm saying is, I think I am the anomaly. As being an only child. Did I have Shantina every day of the week? God, no. Probably wouldn't have made it.
See?
But she was around enough that I do get it. That I was like, if she was around every
it's
day.
Great that you had something I never had that I wish I had, and it was the option.
Right. I'm not disagreeing
Never
with that.
had the option.
I'm just saying, though, I got the punishment part.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Shantina left, and then because I was my mom's only child, it was, okay, I know Shantina did that. I'm not going to punish. It was like, no. She left. You're lucky your grandma was here and told me to give you a break. I was going to put my foot in your ass while everybody was here. Now that grandma left, you still going to get that foot in your ass.
And now what's funny is that my kids nowadays is that I still put that in them. Like, I like the fact that when one of my kids is eating, that they will look at their siblings and be like, here. And they will actually like, half plate gone. They will actually half plate gone. They won't be like, here's a fork. Try this. Tell me if you like that. And while I finish this whole plate over here, was it good? I'll let them know it was good.
You was really salty about that.
I wasn't salty. Me as a kid, like this, how we grew up, like, I was used to somebody be like, hey, grab a plate, grab a bowl, grab a thing. Yeah. I was never used to that.
Right. And for me,
and it wasn't bad. Like,
it's not bad.
No, it's not a bad thing.
No, I can just tell because it was also good.
Oh, yeah.
So I can see why you were sour because it was good. But for me, I've had people that ate stuff and then they were like, I just ate it because. Imagine, and it's like, why didn't you just say you didn't want no more? I would have shoved it back on my plate.
Just imagine if I was to make the bombest cake in the world and I was to take a toothpick and just stick out a little piece and be like, here, Twitty, and then walk past you with the other one as I'm eating the whole cake, and then I ask you how that piece was on that toothpick. And you was like, man, that was good. That was really good. Because when, what was it? Was it the muffins? Was it the pumpkin? I think it was the pumpkin.
Was that the first? No.
I
gave you an actual piece of a meal.
Yeah, it was the chicken with the
Yep.
And you had it mixed with the salt, and when it hit it, it was like my taste buds.
I gave you one of every little thing. I gave you like the chicken, taste buds, the pasta,
just bing.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's all I get.
I will take responsibility.
But it's like I say, it's not a right or wrong. It's just a thing that you would do as an only child reflex, and me, I would do as
yeah. I should have just trusted more that I was like, he's gonna like this. If he doesn't like this, he don't got taste buds. Because that's where I came from. It was like, in case he doesn't like it, I at least just gave him a little bit.
It just feels like you flashed me $1 million and you threw me a nickel. You know what I mean? And you was like, hey, man, how was that nickel?
That's when you put it in that context.
Yeah, then it's like, well, that nickel was good.
Yeah, that's.
I can't get another nickel?
Yeah, that bro said, I can't get another nickel. Can you come back with 2 toothpicks?
Yeah, at least 25 cents. What's up?
Oh, man. Oh, well, I didn't even get to the whole sibling side. I feel like we're super long. I don't know. People might be like, keep going. But how about this? Next episode, we'll dive into Sibling the first half.
Gotcha.
And then I teased you a little bit. You got your list ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so, yeah.
We'll dive into Sibling on the first half of the next episode. And then there's a list that THC thought.
Oh, man, I was sweating bullets.
This is what happens when you don't listen. He just said it. Single kids. We were good at listening. THC panicked a little bit.
I did.
But, yeah, I couldn't do that on that list.
Bro, you would kill me. Bro, you have no idea. I was sitting there going, what? I thought I only had 3 options.
Right? I'm over here thinking I got a great topic, and he's like, that's hard. I'm like, well, how is that hard? But when I figured out what you thought I said.
Yeah.
So hit the like, hit the subscribe. Siblings, I'm going to get to your tendencies. You can agree or disagree. Also, get in the comments if there's something you said that I thought was BS or I forgot to add this. If you're an only child and you want to go at it with me, let's have that conversation.
And thanks again, Stephanie, for the little shout out and the question for reaching out there. And everybody else, please, if you do comment, let us know where you are from.
Stephanie from who knows where.
At least the state. Just give us something. Give us something out there. Just be like, hey, this is Stephanie from Minnesota or Stephanie from Michigan or whatever. Just let us know where you're from so that we can give you a shout out properly.
You can even just do the state initials. If you want to see how smart we are, you can put just AZ or IA or VA or CA.
Yep.
OR. Yeah. Oregon. Yeah.
WA. Washington.
WA. Washington. Just let us know. So Twitty, THC. Siblings, we got you next episode, and then you're going to find out what our list is next episode.